Once upon a time, in a small kingdom nestled between lush hills, there lived a king named Midas. King Midas was renowned for his vast wealth and opulent castle filled with treasures of every kind. Despite his riches, he always desired more gold. It was as if no amount of riches could satisfy his hunger for more. One sunny afternoon, while wandering through his garden of blooming roses, King Midas stumbled upon a strange figure, a fairy shimmering with golden light. "Greetings, King Midas," she said. "I have the power to grant you one wish. What is it that your heart desires most?" Without a moment's hesitation, Midas exclaimed, "I wish for everything I touch to turn into pure, dazzling gold." The fairy, though surprised by the king's choice, granted his wish with a wave of her hand and vanished into the ether. Excited, King Midas rushed back to his castle to test his new power. He touched the garden gate, and to his delight, it transformed immediately into gold. He turned cobblestones, chairs, and even the apples from his orchard into glittering treasures. King Midas's heart swelled with joy and pride at his newfound ability. However, this joy was short-lived. That evening, as King Midas sat down for dinner, he realized the severity of his wish. As he picked up a juicy turkey leg, it turned into a solid piece of gold. Bread crumbled under his touch into inedible metal. His hunger and thirst grew, but he could consume nothing. The ultimate heartbreak came when his beloved daughter, little Aurelia, ran into his arms, thrilled to see her father. The moment he embraced her, she too turned into a lifeless, golden statue. Agony filled King Midas's heart as he realized the true cost of his greed. In desperation, King Midas called out to the fairy with tears streaming down his face. Understanding his anguished cry, the fairy appeared once more. "Oh, fairy, I was wrong," he pleaded. "I wish to reverse this curse and return everything to its natural form. Let gold be just gold." With compassion in her eyes, the fairy nodded and reversed the wish, restoring everything to how it was, including Aurelia, who returned to life with a smile. King Midas learned a crucial lesson that day. Wealth and material goods are meaningless without love and joy. From that moment on, he vowed to cherish his family and friends above gold, learning that true richness comes from the heart, not from gold itself. And so, the kingdom was happier, and King Midas's story was told far and wide, teaching everyone the value of true contentment and the dangers of excessive greed. There once was a kind old man named Mr. Thompson who lived in a small village by the forest's edge. Mr. Thompson had a loyal dog named Max, a golden retriever with a heart as golden as his fur. Max had been Mr. Thompson's companion since he was a puppy, and the two shared a special bond. Every morning, Mr. Thompson and Max would take a walk through the village, greeting neighbors with warm smiles and wagging tails. Max was known for his friendly nature and was loved by everyone in the village. He had an extraordinary ability to sense when someone was in trouble and would always rush to help. One chilly winter evening, as the sun began to set behind the mountains, Max felt uneasy. He began tugging at Mr. Thompson's coat, urging him to follow into the forest. Despite the cold and the impending night, Mr. Thompson trusted Max, as he always did. Max led Mr. Thompson through the snowy forest, their footprints trailing behind them. After a short walk, they came across a small, shivering kitten trapped in a tangle of branches. Max barked gently, and Mr. Thompson hurried to free the frightened kitten, wrapping it in his scarf to keep it warm. The old man and his dog returned to the village with the kitten, whose purring brought warmth to the cold night. The villagers were touched by Max's actions, and they all gathered to help care for the little kitten. In the months that followed, the kitten, named Snowy, became a beloved member of the community. Max and Snowy became inseparable friends, and their unusual friendship taught the village an important lesson. The true nature of loyalty and kindness is in helping those in need, regardless of how small or different they may be. Mr. Thompson often shared the story of that winter evening, reminding everyone that it was Max's innate goodness that had saved Snowy. A loyal heart is the greatest treasure of all, he would say, as Snowy purred contentedly in Max's warm embrace. And in the hearts of all the villagers, Max's loyalty became a cherished lesson for young and old alike.